Hello, 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 and welcome back to some Homestead Arcana. Sorry, I just had like this massive sneezing fit just before I went live. I also should move this out of my way because I've been taking a lot of notes for lectures, so my notebook is right in front of me. All right. Good God, that's right, I was prepping quite a lot of stuff, wasn't I? When we left off. And pretty much, oh good Lord, sorry. Pretty much ready to go on another adventure. But we might as well do like another go through of harvesting, right? I can't quite remember. I feel like I left off on something to do is my problem now. Come on. There we go. If I left off on something like that, I'm sure I'll remember as I go. I mean, I'll be honest though, I stand by, like, the reason why I keep playing this game as much as I have been is because it's just very therapeutic. Very, very therapeutic and very relaxing. And, yeah, I've, especially now that, uni's in full swing for me again, I don't really have all that much, free time. In fact, after this, I'm gonna probably, well, it's because, so today's the day that I need to test, out if I do actually have a class directly on 8:30, which is normally when I would finish. So, apologies in advance if I, like, finish the stream at, like, 8 instead of, 8:30 or something. Cause, yeah, gotta make sure I'm, there for that. And next week and the week after is gonna be horrendous for me because, I have work sprinkled amongst my studies as well that I'm gonna have to do, like actual job work. Alright. I don't think I need more of some of this stuff. Because I think we're... I think we're at a safe zone where, like, knowing me, I'm gonna go out there, do some stuff for a little while, and then come back anyway with more than enough I keep overdoing it. But to be fair, is it a bad thing to overdo that? It's why I've got as much money done as I have, or like as much resources stuff cycled around. Did I just fall through the earth there? Nice. Right, I need to remember to harvest the miasma bulbs as well, which I remember I was talking about potentially just holding off on progress just to harvest more miasma bulbs. I still kind of think that might not be a bad idea. Alright. Sorry, brain going at thinking speed, not doing speed. Okay, we're gonna need to use one of these now. Refresh that one and have that one there now. It kind of worked the way I intended. Alright, slap one of those. The fuck did you follow me this far for? Okay, well you're just having a bit of a bug out, aren't you? Yeah, I need to keep moving. God, that was very intense to get here. Did kind of brute force it though, to be fair. Okay. Focus on temporary pollen, do swim as infected grows to search for evidence of eradication. Fortunately, expeditions require special permissions, so I don't have access to a proper scar to test further. I have a sinking suspicion this has all started to become futile. Interesting. Some pepper seedling there. Cultist artifact. Hello. And poison is forever etched on its surface. Soybean. Oh. I think that was one of the next things I needed, yeah. Oh, hello. Oh god, yeah, so I'm gonna have to start comboing spells now. Like, the game wants me to. I doubt I can actually do any more progression right now. So I think the smart thing to do would be to return. Is there an easier way to return now? Should be, right? That bud's a bit angry. Okay, so he can poke me from up there, which is not good. I think I can run back via here now. So what's here? Because I don't think I've been accessing here. Another page. Investigated myself. Shouldn't be impossible. Perhaps I already knew to be true. Marissa was alive, living in the miasma since her transfer. Could see her face. She wasn't even wearing a mask. How much exposure would need to understand. Uh-huh. I'm getting a bit worried because we've got a cult now, or evidence of a cult. Yeah, so that's the way that I used to not be able to take. Okay, well, we've opened up a lot of the pathway. Now we need to just grow the soybeans, get the next fertilizer going, and we should be good to go. Alright, well, there is a lot to worry about though. So it's your journals I've probably been reading.
This time? Very well.
I can't talk to her about it though. Let's head back to base. Okay, so we're gonna have to restock on supplies, and I'm going to have to... So the soybean. Fuck, where am I planting the goddamn soybean? I guess I don't need this much cabbage. I'll go grab a little bit of compost for that as well. Because I think that just speeds up growth. And we'll channel. Speed this plant along, get it into a solid point of its growth cycle. Okay, the rest of these plants, do I have a... Yeah, I have a spot down here for them.
How's it going? What do you want to talk about? You're not gonna believe this, but I wasn't around much to see the Academy in their heyday. At that point, I was mostly spending time with your great-great-grandma. I take trips out there every now and then, though. Those folks sure seemed busy in those days. I think I watched them try to build an odd crystal cage at one point. That was kind of neat. That's all I can think to say about the Academy. You gotta understand, I couldn't get too close. The Academy did a lot of good things, but they didn't care for outsiders. Sometimes they were downright hostile.
Okay.
Plus, there were rumors that they'd hunt down miasma creatures and take them in to do autopsies. I couldn't risk that. Grandma Betty would have been furious. I know. Tilly was hoping I had juicier stories too. But I knew about as much as she did. How about this? If you clear all the miasma in the canyon, I'll give you a tour of the Academy. Show you all the same places Tilly saw. That's the best that I can offer.
Okay. Interesting, though. I'm gonna put this in storage over here, just because I don't know what to do with it. Nor do I think I'm supposed to. Okay, I need to make a bomb. And so what do we need for the next fertilizer? Soybean, pepper, and pumpkin. Actually, I think I've got Alright, set that to craft. Put this one down here. So we need to resupply on quite a few things, actually. So I need one more of each potion. And I need a bunch more lavender, strong lavender tea. Ooh. Okay. We're getting a very large supply of raw resources, so I should probably start being a little careful that we don't just start overstocking them. Because that is a fear, is just having, ironically enough, too much of my resources. Because some of these might be less essential than others and would be only used as stopgap points for like each tier, and I'm past the tier or something like that that would be used for it. One thing that does need to be done is I will need a lot of resources right now, because we're getting quite far along with the progress in the miasma, which means there's a good shout that I'm going to need the max amount of resources I need to just finish off and push to getting the next area cleared out, because it looks like I'm right near it. And I'm trying to do my best not to overmake as well. Because anything I overmake, just in a sense, kind of is wasted. So I'm trying to stick to a bit more of exacties with values. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of going through and doing a mental checklist. So again, like, it's just lots and lots of little things going through at the moment. Okay, so let's make these potions then as well. So for you, I need 1 date, 15 and lavender tea. Do I have spare lavender tea still? Or no? No, I don't think I do. And I think I just used up the last of my fucking lavender. Alright, let's make some basic lavender tea then. Apple cider vinegar. Ooh. And then the silver. Yeah. Okay. Oops, sorry. I fucking just smacked the mic there. So this one needs 1 normal corn. And this one needs boiled cabbage and a tomato. Is this the point where I should consider getting at least 1 more cauldron? How expensive are they to make? So greater cauldron, wood and metal. And basic cauldron is metal lavender. 1 lavender. Eesh. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Is one of my lavenders just kind of grown? Yes. Then I'll just grab one pile of wood and one pile of metal and I should be able to make it. To be fair, I don't think this is essential what I'm doing, making another cauldron. I just think it would be nice to have a second cauldron, so when I start wanting higher production amounts, it's not impossible. Okay, nope, nothing there. Drop that off. Drop, whoops, no, not you. This and this off and sort. Then I'll put the silver back and we'll be nice and stocked up once I pick up everything from their respective locations. Alrighty. Nice and stocked up. Now we do have some mail. Let's have a look at the mail and then let's see. Oh, that's the silver. Decline in corn. Okay. Okay. Interesting. That is interesting, actually. I'll just dump the silver here. Alright. On to adventure. I won't run back for that one over there because it's just going to take so bloody long. That was my bad. Alright, Now, I believe the explosive wall was right near one of the deer, right? Yeah, and that's the next part that's fucking spooked me. There's the explosive wall. Alright. Okay, a bunch of plants. And some increases to HP and such. Don't want anything else, so yeah, no, that's everything here. Oh, that's useful though. Let's head back up this way so we can get to the other area without having to fucking play around with the spikes like we would need to. So here is the big... This is going to be mana consumption heavy. Oh, it worked out. Not too much stress. Okay, oh shit. I fucking died. Okay. That was my first fucking death of the game.
Oh, thanks, son, you're alive. I was starting to get worried. I'm not sure what happened, but I was waiting for you outside the miasma, and then you just showed up like you were washed ashore.
Interesting.
All I could do was drag you up to the bed and pray you'd be fine. Oh, it was... well, I wouldn't say it was nothing, but... Anyway, this is why you need to be more careful in the miasma.
Yeah.
Spells, bring snacks, and don't...
Anything you pick up in the miasma has been claimed. If you faint in the were dropped and returned to their original locations. Okay. That's a little annoying. I'm still gonna go in. I think I understand what I need to do better now. If I don't get stuck on things. To be fair, I feel like that's a good job for being my first death. Of all the times I've been in here and how risky I've been. That's annoying though, because I gotta go pick up the stuff from the blasted wall. And all my potions were forced to end duration, I guess. Because the vision one's empty, which that one was pretty fresh. Speaking of which, I'm gonna toss that back on because it's just such a long duration. Alright, we'll quickly go back to the blasted wall, which was down here, I believe. Did I pick up from this chest? I did not. At least nothing that I have got lost, because that would be fucking tragic. I think there's like some silver as well. No? That's gone? Okay. Oh no, I have it. I know why that wasn't miasma touched. But no, those are too important to not pick up because they're straight up like, it's a health and mana upgrade. Those are going to be very, very important long term. So what does this actually say? But I absolutely adored feathered bats. Oh, those are feathered bats? No. Beautiful. Same. I want to see them up close. The best you can do is cast, but I still need to keep my distance. As soon as one glares at me, and move on before the light burns my spell off. Well, yes, I knew that already. That was spooky. Thank God Skyrim mechanics exist in games, huh? Oh, I see the explosive wall already. And there's the solver. God, there's some loot over here. Oh. Terrace is gone, resigned to the Hickory Buffs chapter. All the experiments continue on. The cost of disobedience to the Academy is fair. I had an opportunity to defend her, but I didn't take it. She'll never forgive me. Not that I deserve it. If only I had her courage, we'd be together. Don't look down, you'll fall. Yeah, the silver I'm picking up isn't miasma touched for some reason. I mean, I'll take it, but I don't think I should. Right, and I suspected research was in jeopardy after the banning of filtered masks, but to have all of the experiments shuttered with it. There's no interest in saving itself or its people. Village politics preoccupied with the intermediate term, and local dissidents sporting shield themselves from ugly reality, all too typical. So they were really like fucking outcasted. You can already see there's a lot of journal entries down there for it. Okay, so now we have, yeah, so this is where we can get to now. What was that? A jam recipe, fuck yeah. This area is very empty. Date unknown. The exposition was approved by the head chapter, the Academy's last chance. I'm surprised that let me go amidst my probation, but I guess it shows that nothing really mattered at this point. It all went wrong at the temple. In an instant, everything went pink, purple, then black. Every scar in the area must have been... Oh shit. I must... unsecured. Something within me told me I didn't need it anymore. Told me that leaving the miasma would bring me harm. My journey with the Academy is complete. Part of something bigger now. One of the cloud, transformed, evolved. Okay. No, don't play the music yet. I'm not up there. Okay. No more progression around here. It is just purely doing the boss fight. Okay, so this one's a pulse, not a beam. I have the time spell, which probably gives me a little bit of freedom. Okay, I forgot that that just is gonna disappear on me. Oh god, okay, so there's traps as well. Shit. Okay, where the fuck do I need to go next? There. Oh. Did it again.
Kind of looks like a temple, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, now that I look around the inside, this space also seems practical, like a really big workshop. Who do you think built all this?
The restoration of the swamp is next. Hello, hello? Oh, yeah, come on. Okay. Oh, I ran out of time. So we still had that bomb spot to do, so we're gonna go back now.
How's it going? What do you want to talk about? I've actually been to the Petrified Forest before, long before the Academy occupied there.
Okay.
I bet it's hard to believe, but the forest was entirely petrified even before the miasma got there. Although, who knows? Miasma could have leaked underground long before it burst out. It's depressing, you know. Day by day, it gets harder to figure out what is supposed to be and what is not. How's it going? What do you want to talk about? I gotta be honest, when it comes to these maps, Tilly and I found crates full of them back at the Academy. And the only kind of people I ever saw where... Oh, right. There was a time where the miasma wasn't so high up, which meant that people could actually... Of course, even back then, one wrong turn and you could... So these masks were pretty popular with the traveling. I know. A life-saving accessory banned? About a century ago. What was his name? Short Silver Pete? No, that's stupid. It was something more clever. Anyway, someone found Pete dead out in the wild, and he was wearing a mask. The panic started building up.
Oh, so hello,
The good
Draken.
citizens lobbied to get the mask banned, even though no one ever knew how he died. The poor old Pete wasn't even found in the miasma. Could have died of a... But, you know, Little Rock. They claim to be sun-fearing, but they're really just... everything. Yeah, to be fair, these masks made a lot of people think they were more invincible than... I don't think the Academy intended these to be used by civilians. Anyway, that's... How's it going?
Okay.
What do you want to talk about? What? You want to talk about little old me? Why, whatever for? Wait, are you talking about the berry? To be honest, I never really cared for huckleberries all by themselves. I mean, I'll eat one if you offer it to me, but, and I know this is gonna sound weird, huckleberries are best served in soup form.
Uh-huh.
Your great uncle Virgil, that's 7 generations back, I believe, he used to make this incredible dessert soup. And
Oh.
he said huckleberries were the most important ingredient. I don't remember the recipe, but boy, what I wouldn't give for one more sip. How's it going? What do you want to talk about? Hey, do you remember your first plant? The first one you raised without Moss help. It was... Now, what was it? Well, you know what? I think you're right. Damn, I remembered you cared for those flowers more than you cared for yourself. Sometimes I'd catch you sneaking out in the middle of the night just to watch them. It seemed to pay off, though. Within a week, they were blooming. In the middle of winter, no less. Really showed the power of tender, loving care right there. And what I'm trying to say is, it's good to care. How's it going? What do you want to talk about? You're asking me about Little Rock? Buddy, we just got here. Don't tell me you're already getting homesick. Oh, you don't gotta hide. You ought to miss it a little, right? Figures. You wouldn't be out here if you loved your town too much. Humor me then. What do you think you'll miss the least about Little Rock? That sounds about right. Must be a nice change of scenery for you. Well, we'll see how long it takes before you start getting bored of your homestead, too. In any case, Little Rock's not going anywhere. But we've got work to do here now, don't we? How's it going? What do you want to talk about? Well, I've only met a few other familiars in my life, not including family. So, I can only speak from my experiences.
Okay.
Supposedly, we help witches cast magic. Some familiars are able to help channel mana with their masters, but, well, look at me. Do I look like I can do that stuff? Well, I'm glad you think so, because we're gonna need to have a long chat if you're expecting anything else.
Fair enough.
Going? What do you want to talk about? If you're ever curious.
Alright. So let's plant the Dust Eater. Cool, so I was actually hoping that each of them would look different for each respective area. That's fucking cool. Alright, let's make a bomb quickly. That sounds really fucking menacing out of context. Because I want to open up that last area and loot it. That is a big, big deal, that. Hello. Time slow almost to a stop when the cast. Okay, so that improves how the slow time effect is. How like impotent it is. That's not naturally gonna fit in. Or without some fucking finesse. Oh, hang on a minute. What the fuck? Okay, apparently my phone was not on charge there. Haste pendant recipe. And then a little bit of silver. Okay, so that gives us a mask upgrade, which is beyond fucking useful. So it was cotton, lavender. Good God, do I have a lot in my inventory right now. I'm gonna have to sort out the plants soon. Okay, then we have some more of this. I want to have a look at this new pendant that I got. Haste pendant. Mana regeneration is faster. Messages and delivery folk often... Okay. That sounds actually quite useful, but not essential. It depends how much faster it is kind of the short answer, I think.
How's it going?
No, I want to get into the chest, buddy. Okay. Well, now we're at a point where it's going to be about consolidation of resources, and getting everything before we go to the next place. Anyone surprised by that? Because I'm sure we'll probably get something like an inventory space increase, and things like that. So, let's just start harvesting. And I need to think about what's going into the next plot, because I still don't... I think I've got more seedlings than I have space still. And I think I'll be experimenting with a lot of recipes as well to see like what makes the most money. Stuff I can make on the farm. By the way, I want to stress how grumpy I am with like the fact that the story is so accurate with the like, oh, someone died with a mask on, so we're not allowed masks anymore. Like, that's how the fucking world works nowadays.
Morning. You're an unstoppable force, ain't you? Now, Little Rock is as high up as towns come, but even they're gonna notice your work sooner rather than later. Now, I'm still keeping my word, of course. If anybody asks, I'll give them a shrug. But shrugging's only gonna do so much.
Yeah, I know, Abraham.
Morning. About what? Why are you asking me about Huckleberry? He's your cat. You know him better than I do. Well, I've known Huck since I took up delivering. Must have been 25 years or so ago.
Okay.
Working with your grandma, doing whatever it is familiars do, magic junk. But he also played with the kids a lot. Pa was still growing up back then. Same with Tilly. Your Aunt Matilda, that is. You know, it's kind of strange how little that creature's changed over the years. Especially with what happened to your aunt. I suppose that's what happens when you have centuries of perspective. Human lives aren't so special when you live that long. Of course, I believe he's still looking after you. All I'm saying is, I don't know if it's possible to understand a creature like that.
I mean, yeah. There's some levels to kind of what I get with what he's talking about.
I've always been partial to the Homestead Arcana program. Had I been from Little Rock, I would have applied for sure. Although I'm not much of a green thumb myself. And I'm not too good with the magic part either. So I guess I wouldn't have been picked for the job anyway. We all have our callings in life, don't we?
Fair enough.
Morning. About what? Morning.
All right. So, yes, there is a inventory slot, there is an expansion, there is another base camp, there is a spell slot, there's a better composter, master enchanting table, master mill, master grill, master cauldron, and magic chest. Storing an inventory with others of its type. Convenient when you need same items in multiple places. That does sound actually quite useful. Means I can just dump shit faster. Right, so first off then we'll need to sell some stuff.
Keep the change. Pleasure doing business. Pleasure doing business.
Can't fit. Yeah, because I have fucking all the money for it.
What do you got?
Alright, fucking...
Pleasure doing business. Keep the change. Pleasure doing business. 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 Sounds good to me.
I definitely want this one first and foremost.
Pleasure doing business.
Not that I can guarantee using it. Okay. It's naturally curious about miraculous familiar friends. Guess from the sun or okay, whatever, yeah. Staying out of the fields after service. Heard, okay. I'm gonna just keep asking questions at this point. So now, bloody hell, we get a lot of space for that. That's nice. But we gotta start really fucking smashing through the resources. Build up supply of boiled cabbage again so I can actually eat it. So for this, what did we need again for the mask? It was cotton and miasma, so I just need the feather in my inventory and we're good. So what's this? Great tonic drinking. This will increase the chance of not consuming a jar of compost. That's right. Yeah. So I'm assuming I'm also going to probably want to make this quickly. Or something, because I'm assuming there's going to probably be some deer around that are ill now. Because of our actions. Yes, I know you're hungry. Goddamn talking to my goddamn character like it's... I know you're hungry. I'll feed you later. Gotta work the fields first, woman. Thing. Actually, I can't even remember. Creature. We'll call it a creature. Well, I mean, it's regret, isn't it? So... Keep boiling that cabbage. It is such a solid source of, like, food. Okay, so with the new recipes we have, let's close that out. So we have Hush Puppy. Just corn flour and soybean oil. Both of these can be easily made on the farm. 7-6, that's not bad. Pound cake. Again, all of this can be made on the farm. Pretty good. Then we have the teas, which I'm not probably too fussed about the teas because floral tea. Rose tea and flower oil. How do I make flower oil? Interesting. Okay. So what we'll try and make is pound cake and hush puppy, because that sounds like very easy things to make overall. So corn flour and soybean oil. So we'll grab some corn from here as well. And we'll grab... But there's no soybeans in this one, is there? It's in here. Yep, there they are. And some more corn. So there's the soybean oil. So we'll make a little bit of that because we need it for a few things. And we'll make some corn flour on this one. Like that. And there's the mask upgrade. Woohoo. So 10 minutes now. Is it? Yeah. That's good. That's really good. Okay, I think I'm gonna move these out of my inventory for now, because I'm not gonna be leaving the farm basically at all. And I will drop off that money over in this chest over here. It's beautiful cycle community. Passes on an arcane knowledge of cultivation. The plants grow through their channeling of the sun. No one would be possible without the other. Sun allows us to see and to be. Yep. Alright, I think that really cements it. I do want to start just working on quests, because I have so many side quests just sitting there undone. So I'm going to work, that's going to be one of the big priorities as well, is I'm going to be working for getting, owning everything that Abraham has to offer now, again. Do that all over again. Finding the best options for sale and getting all my resources right up to the top. So I'm actually going to do a quick run down here of the foraging goods. And I mean all of them. Because I'm gonna need access to pretty much everything. Now, I do want to go look around because I'm pretty confident we will come across a deer now in the wild that is of needing of assistance. All right, it's my solid assumption. So I will explore some of the opened up area. I don't think there's anything over there to harvest from memory. And I'm not going to be channeling for now because I'll just come back to this area from time to time and harvest up. Because like we're at a point where I could feasibly just brute force the rest of the game. Like the main story. Like I do not think it would be impossible to do. In fact, I could probably, if I really, really wanted to, I'm sure I could even get it done today. But I don't want to. I want to play this some more. It's relaxing. I need this kind of game. God, I'd be scared by the speedrunners for this game, eh? Watch how I do this fucking weird broom 360 trick, and then I'm at the end of the game. That's how it always is, isn't it? Okay, so there's our hush puppy. I'm doing this because I want to see how much money it's worth. So now I need some date sugar. I have dates in my inventory, so let's make some date sugar. God, there is so much to do now. Hey, Huckleberry, you wanna fucking help harvest for me? I'll feed you. I wonder what happens if I give Huckleberry some tea, for example. Because that's about like mana restoration, right? Oh, too far. So, can we talk about the fact that our character has been living off, like, boiled cabbage and salsa? This cannot be healthy. Where's the... There are so many elements of your diet that are missing there. To be fair, it's not too dissimilar to some of the, like, lifestyles that people lived off in certain points of the history. Okay, so we got this. How much are you worth? 52. So to make a hush puppy, we need 2 cornflour, 1 soybean oil, which is 4 corn and 2 soybean. Okay, so with that being the case, meanwhile the city gets the, yeah, they get the fancy stuff. Fucking Little Rock living it up. They're complaining, oh, we don't quite have enough corn. It's like, bitch, what? Okay. So as a comparison point, salsa is 1 gold less and requires 1 corn and 1 tomato. This is the problem I have with the scaling on this. So you can actually see this. This is 52. This is 51. This requires 4 corn, 2 soybean. This requires 1 corn, 1 tomato. Which are the highest fucking, like, speed plants. It's needs to be double that. Okay, pound cake. We'll try this one out. I can also make a date pie, which is 1 corn flour, 1 date, and 1 date sugar. Okay. But like, did the game like realize how fucking OP salsa is gonna be? Like, it either is an argument that salsa sells for way too much, or that everything sells for way too little. Because just resource-wise, it's just more efficient to do salsa. Like, it just... This is by far the best, one of the best things in the game. And yes, I can accept the argument. Oh, but then you have to cook the corn, and then you also have to cook the tomatoes. Like, yeah, but like with this, I need to put them through both items through the mill as well. What's the difference? Yeah, this is a different object. That's it. Just set up more grills. Duh. All right. Pound cake. What are you? 62. 62. That is for 1 corn flour, 1 soybean oil, 1 date sugar. So that is 2 corn, 2 soybean, 2 date for 62. I mean, the problem with that is it takes corn. If it didn't take corn, then probably worth it. But because it takes corn, it takes away from salsa making. God damn it. This is genuinely the issue that the game's gonna keep fucking having with me. Okay, and then we've got the date pie, which sells for 48. Jesus. However... No, that still uses corn flour. Of all of the things I've just made, the only one that I would consider worth it would be the pound cake, and it's still not worth it. If these didn't use corn flour, I would consider them more. Because how much is corn pudding? So this is 3 corn. What would be all the updates I'd like to see to this game? So far, I think the game's actually really, really solid. I do think, the economic balance of it's a bit off. Because, so this is 3 corn and it's 14. Like, I'm sorry, I do not think salsa should have been 51. I think that is a big problem because it is too good. Look at the stats it gives, right? It's 5, 2, 3, right? So now I'm starting to get to a point where you could argue it's like, oh, well, it's not giving that much. It's like, if I'm taking damage, 5 instances of damage is more than enough for me to go, I need to actually heal now because things are doing 2 damage at a time often. Mana, I don't care for it. It's a nice top up, sure. And then the 2 hunger just helps out as well. There are probably better things for healing, but like overall, this is cheap enough to make. Because like, look at this, right? So you've got 8 health and 6 hunger. Hunger doesn't matter because you just do boiled cabbage, which is a cabbage, and that's it. And it's 3 hunger. Unless you even double how much hunger I have available to me, that's still not going to be enough. Like, if the game made it so I had to do a diversity of food, then that would be a thing. But like, at that point in time, you're adding more complexity than I think the game would want. I genuinely think that like the economic side of it needs to be rebalanced a little bit more. And other than that, I think the game's been pretty fucking stellar so far. I don't know, it's just, okay, like, explain to me why any of these, which even if they gave like more than what they already give, are better than something that's a 2x1 as well. Because I could stack this by 5, right? So this one's pretty a pretty good one. So it's 7 and 6. Stack this versus stacking this. I can get 10 times 5, so 50 health and 20 hunger out of it, right? Versus 35 health and 30 hunger. And I'm not using these for hunger, I'd be using these for healing. And this also gives 30 mana as well. Now, why am I saying it in this phrasing? Because that's the most you can get with the stack. So 5 stacked, and then 2 of these, and it's in the same space. 2 full stacks versus 1 full stack. It gives too much. And then at this point in time as well, look at my health. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 health. How am I going to use something that restores 7 thing, or 5, or 10? Like, some of these are healing for more than I can use. Why would I heal for that? When I can just use the most basic resources that I can have in mass amounts. And it gives me basically the same sort of shit. That is genuinely my little gripe with that element of the game, because I'm just sitting here like, I'm constantly upgrading everything, yet I'm using one of the most basic resources at the end of the day. Like at the beginning, I used the roasted apple, because I thought that was really solid, and that was before farming really started kicking off. That's before I even had tomatoes. Now I have 3 corn plants, 3 tomato plants, and they're the fastest to generate their crop. So it's kind of difficult to make justification for why should I do this over that. Like, if I stand by, if some of them didn't use
all right.
Was it? Sorry, my brain's kind of frozen at the moment. give it a... going through everything. If they didn't use corn flour, right, then I think a lot of those would be a lot higher on my list. But because they do, it means that I have to compare them to what also uses corn, which means that they have to be compared to salsa. That is how these sorts of things work. I don't think that's an unreasonable thought process there, right? It uses the same resource, so it means that I have to stem the resource from one location to that. Is it worth making less salsa to make more dishes that are worth about the same amount, if not less, for the amount of salsa that I could have made with the resource? Because the short answer is each of those use at least 2 corn in it. So then you have to basically multiply what a salsa would have been. So you have to go to 100 and what is it? 102. If it does not cost more than 102, it is not worth it. And that is not good. Now, I want to stress it's not easy to balance a game like this, especially with that sort of thing. And that's the sort of thing that you would need to balance over time, but you'd also want to be very careful at, because the moment you possibly rebalance that, you alienate a bunch of your community, and is possibly why it hasn't been changed. Like, overall, I do not want to change this game much. I just would... I get a little irritated that, like, I see they tried to do some things, but they didn't follow through with them enough. Probably because development time, probably because it wasn't their strong suit. I mean, like, you're talking to someone that literally studied economics. Yes, surprisingly enough, I understand those sorts of things a lot more. But they wanted to make more of the Lofi game, which is very clear. They wanted to make a game with a compelling story and farming elements. Again, kind of like your Slime Rancher, all those sorts of games. That is not a bad thing. They've done a really good job with that. The difference is that game actually put in a lot more work to standardize and evaluate its economy systems. Like, a surprising amount. And there's a reason why, like, for the most part, Slime Rancher, you never rocketed out of control, which I do think I've kind of started doing with this. Is there are definitely moments where I just feel like I'm earning far more money than I should be for where I'm at. Like, I think this person had a really, really cool concept, executed it to the best of their ability, and did a good job with that. And I want to stress, I'm not saying they did a bad job. In fact, I'm saying they did an amazing job. There's just, unsurprisingly, there's always something more to do. And that's how games, this stuff works. But I think if I was to, like... if the developer actually came to me and said, hey, I want to work on an update, would you help me? I would probably offer my assistance for the economy stuff and rebalancing. That was all I could possibly even contemplate changing about this game, because I think they've done an amazing job with the rest. Like, sure, some of the mechanics are sluggish at moments. The game runs relatively optimized, but there are moments. Stuff like that, right? And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. A game does not need to be perfect. A game does not need to meet the standards of a AAA title as a fucking indie sort of project. And anyone that tries to hold those expectations are clearly kidding themselves. Alright, I still need to figure out which plants I'm fucking moving around and planting. I definitely want more lavender. And I probably do want my cabbage. So shall we move the lavender over to here? Yeah. Whoops. And then... do I want to put the cabbage over here? Or do I just want to move some stuff around? Because, okay, I just want to stress, I'm just so uninclined to plant things that aren't corn tomato at this stage. Like, what gripping reason do I have to do it? Okay, put this over here. God, this is being a bit weird. Oh, that's what's happened. Oh, that's really fucking annoying. Because I think that lavender wasn't there before, was it? I think it was. Oh, there we go, found it. Okay, and then I'll go grab the pumpkin. Pumpkin seed. I don't know, it just, like, again, my problem is that I'm just less inclined to make other stuff when I could just make the thing that makes me the most money and is most efficient for all the things I do. I think that's something that would be nice to address, but also difficult. Because there is a good shout that with what I'm about to do, I'm going to have enough money to buy the majority of things. that I would need from Abraham. In fact, I'm probably going to have some leftover money. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I do regularly harvest more tomatoes than I do corn. So that's 40 salsa. So that's just shy of 5k silver that I'll make. Without any, like, real effort. And not using up any later in the stage's resources. Like, I stand by, once I find something that doesn't require something like corn flour to produce, right? That's of a high quality, then that will also be getting made. But it will be getting made in parallel, not in lieu of. Come on. Here we go. And there are moments like this that I would like to fix up, which is just not being able to go up a single tiny ledge like that. The step range should probably get tweaked a little bit sometimes. I'm not saying I should be able to step up from like here, right? That's fine. Just when it's like 10 centimeters at most, really. Buddy.
How's it going?
Don't want to shit. You wanna fucking eat a pepper there, Huckleberry?
Yeah, what is that? How's it going? Yeah, what is that? Oh, heck, that was delicious.
Oh, you
Thanks,
actually like
buddy.
that? Okay. I was kind of doing it to a raw pepper like that would probably be quite, nice, and mind you, but like, guess he likes spicy. I don't know, if I could make my corn consistently harvest out to 8 heads each time, then I think I would be in a much better position. Because again, tomato just consistently harvests to 4 on each plant. Right now. I will eventually sort out these chests, I swear that. You know what? I'm gonna take the cotton out of these, because I'm gonna just start making linen. Like, linen is a good example of what I'm talking about, though. Linen requires a little bit of cotton, which is something that's not required for the stuff I do, and it's worth it. Cool. I'll come back in half an hour, Jesus. Okay. Let's have a little look at objectives and see what we can kind of... So I found the blanket, I found the banjo, I haven't found the sketchbook yet. 30 logs of wood to the cleric. Don't have 30. I have 20. So do a good old harvest, shall we? God, that is actually kind of cool looking down on all of that now that it's a lot more clear. Makes me feel a little rewarded for the fact that I've put like a good way of showing the effort that I've put in. Never forget to reward your players just for playing the game as intended, because then you'll actually get them to want to do it. Damn it, I didn't get to it in time. That was my fault that I didn't expect it to fucking stick multiple out of the same thing. Still fine. Still not gonna get weirdly corrupted. Okay, this is the last one I can do then. Let's get a bit more wood because from this one. Because I do need to have some reserves as well for after I send this. I can't just give her all of my wood and then just go like, yeah, no, I'll be fine. That would be very dangerous to do. That is how you lead to not having any resources anymore. Oh. I should check and see if Slime Rancher 2 has gotten the updates I was waiting on. Because there were, like, when I played it on release, it was a little buggy and it was just missing a lot of content that the previous game had accomplished, and I'm not saying that it needed to be there on release. I'm just like, I was quite happy to wait it out. Sitting a bit more nicely with the wood. Let's go quickly grab the metal as well, and then we'll head back to the farm. Water my metal. I still think that is one of the most confusing parts of this game, is why the fuck do I water metal? Why is metal a plant? And I get, yes, this is a game about magic. Fucking suck it. I'm still allowed to query such weird concepts in it. So why am I not just using this to get up here faster? Alright, let's send off this package for... teacher. See, now we've got bugger all wood, but it'll be fine. Surely. I hope. Whoops. Just smacked my fucking mouse there. I want to put those over here. Want to see money? Because I like money. I'm sure you all like money as well. No, I'm gonna keep these because I know some quests want that sort of stuff.
Morning. Keep the change. Pleasure doing business. change. Pleasure doing business. Keep the change.
Alright. And that's a lot less than I was anticipating. Oh well. It's fine. Can't use this anyway, but I'll pick this up.
Sounds good to me.
This one up.
Doing business. Sounds good to me.
And we'll pick this one up. Go. Most of the recipes I needed. So there, we pretty much purchased everything. Kind of my point. Right, like if there was something that used tomatoes a little bit. I think some of the soups did, right? Yeah, the tomato soup. It uses onion as well. I mean, I could. It'd just be a way to, like, offset some of the fucking excessiveness of tomatoes that we get. But, in a sense, also, is that worth it? I mean, we still have our linen as well coming. Which that'll sell for a massive amount. Sometimes the positioning and when you need to grab from is a bit weird, I'll be honest. The hitbox is a tad strange. YouTube deleted your comment. Yeah, YouTube, the problem is, right, is that there's a lot of messages that won't ever come through to me. Just because YouTube doesn't, there's a word in it, for example, that YouTube just doesn't like, and I can't do anything about that. That's just YouTube. So I do apologize. It's a lot of the time, it's not that I didn't see the message, it's that the message was never seeable. I've actually contemplated adding the chat to screen for some similar arguments, so you actually know what messages get sent. Genuinely, that is a consideration I've had. For like specifically that purpose, not really any other reason. It's just the one reason why I kind of have a gripe with that idea is where do I position the chat? Because every game has different positionings where it would probably want to be. And the more realistic thing is to have it kind of in a position similar to where the webcam is most likely. But like if I have it below, then there is a lot of information that could potentially be chatted over. Even though chat normally doesn't move all that much for me. But it can be. And so example, Yakuza. Yakuza, I'm just, I think, in a position that means I don't influence the readability of the chat text that it has in that, but chat below it would. Unless I make a transparent background, but then that can make it readability an issue. Short answer is I don't have a good answer, and because I don't have a good answer, I'm kind of stalled on it. It's something I've contemplated for literal months, by the way. Like, I think since last year I've been thinking about that. But every time I think about it, I get to kind of the conclusion that you just heard. That there's no good answer. Also, that is actually one complaint I will make against YouTube, is the fact that you yourself do not know if the message was basically muted or not. I mean, like, how are you supposed to know that? I do kind of wish that was the case. Get one of those for it. Alright. Let's start having a look at these resource costs over here. For the upgraded stations. Let's see. Fuck me. What? Seriously. Okay, I may have clicked away too fast for some people. That said, fucking 10 metal and 10 wood per thing. Okay, so a lot of the requests are gone now, I guess. That's kind of bad. Alright, objectives. Send 5 loaves of cheese. Alright, lavender, catnip, and saffron tea. 3 of each. So we have what we'd need for the lavender, saffron, and cat there. So catnip, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. And then it was saffron. 1, 2, 3. Gotta keep prepping this stuff. Oh. Okay, so I believe this is what it wanted for that. Cool. So that's that objective. Alright, oh good lord, I need a lot of apples. I do have a lot of stored though. Do I have all of those recipes? Apple cider vinegar. Which is, I think, one of the things they wanted. No, they wanted apple cider specifically. Alright. How do I fucking make apple cider? Okay. So I don't actually have that spell yet that it's talking about with that. Interesting. How important is sending food home and is it worth it? I mean, the objectives are objectives, so I assume that there's some worth to them. Based on like the requests that I've seen, they're somewhat worth it, dependent. Like, it's a the short argument is it's a good way of getting rid of resources that were just sitting there anyway. Overall though, I don't think it's essential. I think you could live without sending stuff back. Like, that's what I was saying earlier. If I wanted to play in a way that I'd consider optimal, I would probably just make the raw essential resources I need and then just fucking smash through. Like, I'm gonna be honest, if I was to play this game in a more, like, hyper-optimal stage, I would only have planted, one of each resource to progress, and then just only corn and tomatoes. Like nothing else would have been added. Because I just wouldn't bother putting it down. Like, it's not worth the time to put the items on the ground. I put the plants down, the seeds down, I should say. Like maybe lavender, just for the lavender tea. And its eventual usage there, but like I think only one cotton plant would be down, one pumpkin plant, yada yada yada. Stuff like that. It just wouldn't be worth it. But I do want to get the objectives done just because, like, I want to kind of complete the game and it gives an excuse to slow down. Because, yeah, no, do I think I could probably finish this entire game in like a 2-hour sitting? Yes. I think it's more than possible to do it in that sort of time frame. Already fucking filled up on that chest as well. God damn it. Okay, that other thing should be finished now, right? Yeah, so that was what I needed for apple cider. I had a feeling. So if I go in here now... There it is. Whoops. So I need at least 3 of these. Three jars of apple butter and 3 jars of apple sauce. That's just 6 apples. One, 2, 3, and then apple sauce is apple mash and date sugar, and I needed 3 of those. So I need 1 more apple mash and then 3 date sugar. I think I've got some date sugar sitting somewhere though, don't I? Like in here? Yep. So again, I do not think what I'm doing now is essential. They should make sending food home worth the time. Oh no, I would actually argue it doesn't need to. Like, in a sense, I think it's perfectly fine as is, because everything doesn't have to be worth it. right? The complaints I was making earlier, for example, about the economy setting, that kind of goes against what I'm actually about to say in some regards, but like, it's okay to make a casual game that's casual and not hyper, like, you're playing this to 100% the game. It's like, if you want to 100% the game, go ahead. If you don't, then don't. Like, the point of the point of a lot of the side objectives is to try and get the story out of it more than anything, I'd say. Like, it's non-essential, you don't have to do it, don't believe you have to. However, if you do, here's a reward. Right? If you think on it like that, it's perfectly fine. There is no problem with the current system of it. Like, I think overall it gives you a little bit more money than selling the item would. So you could make an argument, well, it's worth it in that sense, right? Which is why, like, I've set aside stuff that isn't worth me selling to use for quests if I need to. It leaves me in a situation where I have that option, where I can just fucking send it off to people if they need it. Oh. Like, it's the point of side quests in general, isn't it? To just be a side piece of content that you can do if you truly wish. It is a problematic mentality I see a lot in games, like Warframe especially, where it's like, no, if I'm given something, I have to 100%. I have to complete it as fast and as soon as possible. So you can play games and not 100% and not, like, the police aren't going to turn up to your house. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's fine to just not finish a game. Did you sleep okay last night? You sound tired. I always sound tired. No, I slept fine. Ironically enough, I'm probably actually the, like, best off I've been all week. I've just got a very low voice. Very soft. It is possible that I have caught a cold, and that may be coming through a little bit. I won't deny that. So where was that passing the torch one? So a flare spell potion. I don't think I have that, right? Yeah. Asking for a spell I don't even have access to. Good lord. Save the school complete. Alright, thanks for your assistance. Schools never looked better. New wing allows for 2 separate classes going at once in a day I never thought I'd see. Attached. What is attached? Holy shit. Okay. Sure.
Morning. About what? What's that you got there? Some old piece of swamp junk? Oh, you're looking for something to do with it. I don't know much about this magic tomfoolery, as you know, but I could ask around the towns, see if there's anyone interested in buying it. With a combined population of something thousand, there's got to be one crackpot who'll take them. Morning. About what? Of course I attend church. When I can, anyway. And when I can't, I always got the Bright Book on me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a zealot or nothing. I just figure believing in something is better than not believing in anything.
Hey, I agree with that.
Morning.
Everyone should have something they believe in.
What?
Doesn't have to be a religion.
Hey, normally I don't like asking for help, but this here is a dire situation. I mean, you see, my sister's birthday soon. She don't care much for cakes or pies, much to the chagrin of her kids, but she just wants really good sourdough. The problem is, Pine Bluff is in short supply of corn this season. And well, I spent so much time doing this delivery job that I missed my window to buy some.
So you want some corn?
I know you're busy farming crops for your town and doing, well, whatever it is that you're doing out there, but...
some corn flour. I actually think I've got some spare. So, yeah.
I'd be mighty grateful.
Sounds like Sid from Final Fantasy 15. That sounds about right. And then just disappear. Okay. It's courtesy of Abraham. I'm a collector of antiquities and told is found in a remnant of an ancient occult. Days diving into the Mesmer law. Artifact you've described. I have plenty of silver and confidence that we can... Okay. I'm glad that Abraham managed to find someone without moving. Three sacks of corn flour. Yeah, I can do that. I assume I have to put it in the mailbox though for him. No?
You got some corn flour for me. Don't. Hey, this texture's incredible. Whatever they're paying you at Little Rock, it ain't enough. As a token of my thanks, here's a bit of the mother yeast I use for my sourdough. I've also written down my recipes for tomato sandwiches and, what's it called, all right, kombucha.
Ooh.
Trust me, it's delicious and it'll do wonders for your gut.
Mother yeast. Okay. Ooh, we got some really nice stuff for that. Now we can make some kombucha. And we can make a tomato sandwich. I kind of... Ooh. I kind of want to test that out. Okay. Hmm. So how do I make the mother yeast though? Is it in here? Or can I only make one thing at a time? I probably should be wrapping up soon though, because my class starts in like 12 minutes. You know what, we'll find out next time. Oh, well, that was fun though today. Yeah, no, I'm really, really proud I found this game. It's a great game. Very enjoyable. And we've progressed quite far into it, I think. Or I'd like to think, anyway. So, with that being the case though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment on the video. It'd be very much appreciated. Also consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell to find out when I go live, as well as following me over on Twitter, where I do post when I'm going live, as well as some of my thoughts, feelings, and stuff that I'm working on in the background. Yes, by the way, just as a show, that is your class is online, isn't it? Yes, it is. So I'll basically go grab some food, clean up myself a little bit, and then I have a class for 4 hours, and then I have an hour break, and then I have another class for like 4 hours. Point is, I'm going to be very tired by the end of today. I hate the lecture schedule that they give. All right. But yeah, no. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about other than there might be some move around times. I think I'm going to make it official on the schedules from now on that the Friday one will finish at about 8 instead of 8:30. Make it more clear, just because I can't guarantee going much over 8 o'clock anymore. Like, I'm not going to have a shower before class at this point. I don't think that's possible. So, once again though, thank you so much for watching. You've been awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye bye.